Sorry, BTS, that's all copied. Traffic information, Red Falcon at the Hook outbound. The Aurora on 106 berth, shortly underway outbound. After she has passed 38.9 berth, the Queen Victoria will lift off us. Queen Victoria, BTS. BTS, that's all copied, thank you.
Oh!
Southampton, BTS, Britannia, Channel 12, good afternoon.
I've been interrupted.
Britannia, BTS, good afternoon.
That's good afternoon, sir. Our full cleaning operations are now complete. The ROV is out of the water and we'll be commencing our de-isolations and getting fortune thrusters back online.
BTS, that's all copied, thank you.
Interrupted. Let's try again. Ahoy, shipmates! I suppose I should turn the radio off before I announce the start of Ships TV and the live stream with your
Jenny Blue, BTS, that's all copied. Traffic information, Princess Caroline, Northwest Netley, inbound.
with your hosts, me, the captain, and the assistance of the Blue Spanner crew in the chat. We have today, you've probably heard that, it was quite interesting, wasn't it? The Britannia, apparently they've had an ROV around the bow thrusters or something. Some underwater operations, maybe a bit of cleaning or something, covered in barnacles. Certainly know about that. It's definitely a problem with a
Prime Star, BTS, all copied, thank you.
having a boat in the sea here. So we have two departures coming up now-ish. We have the Aurora at now 4:30 and the Queen Victoria at 4:30. The Aurora is at the other end of the port. You can see there, she's up at the far end, facing this direction, so she'll come on down. And I've already heard on the radio that she's going to pass the dock head where we have the Queen Victoria, and she's going to let the Aurora pass.
First, Southampton, BTS, over.
It's a very pleasant day in port today. Temperature of just over 20 degrees.
First, Southampton, BTS, over.
But what we do have are some quite exceptional wind speeds, which you wouldn't have thought that.
Southampton, BTS, motor vessel, Silvermont.
We've got winds.
Silver Moon, BTS, over. Good afternoon, sir. I want to confirm Miss Mean Pilot will be at 1830. Silver Moon, BTS, yes, your pilot, your sailing time is 1830. Your pilot will be on board 20 minutes before. Roger, he will coming from shore side, yes, correct, to be for ramps, yeah. BTS, that's correct, over. Okay, thank you.
So yeah, so we can see here the wind speed in port has been quite exceptional. I wasn't expecting it to be. It's in the low 20s for the constant speed and gusting up to 30 knots or so. And because of that, both the cruise ships that are leaving at 4 o'clock have requested tug assistance. So if we look, up here on the Aurora,
BTS, all copied, thank you.
She has the assistance of Svitzer Bargate and Svitzer Ferriby. And so that's where she is, at the top of the port. And then we've got Britannia, Rajvardford. I'm not sure that she needs tug assistance, but then she's pointing the right way, so she'll probably just drive out. Potentially a little bit different for her. And then down here we've got Queen Victoria, who has tug assistance of Lomax. Well, it's, I can say, oh, we can see that tree there wobbling around in the corner there. It's definitely a bright and breezy day. Oh, it's
Salamanca VTS service.
the sun is quite strong and warm. It's quite pleasant to sit on your balcony. It's quite cooling after the
Salamanca VTS, that's all copied. There's no reported traffic over.
previous hot weather we've had. Oh, ahoy shipmates. Oh, gosh, I've not been looking at the chat. Chat's gone crazy. I see we've got Fluffy Bunny. Ahoy there, Fluffy Bunny. Ahoy there, Nigel Warren. And ahoy there, Sue Greening. I believe Sue Greening's a new member of the channel. She says it's another sunny but breezy day. You couldn't have been more right there, shipmate. Very bright and breezy day today. And ahoy there, JJ and Kaz. They are going to be on the back of the stern of the Aurora, deck 11, one down from the bar, and they're going to be waving like mad things from what I gather. I think they're going to be a white hoodie and his wife's in a floral dress. I don't cast aspersions. If you want to wear a white floral dress, Kaz, you're more than welcome to. Or JJ, I'm not sure which one's which. Ahoy there, Elizabeth G.
Aurora VTS, that's all copied. There's no reported inbound traffic over.
Oh, and Stephen Joy or Excellent Spanners, they also have friends on Aurora. Maybe they'll give us a wave as well. Could have quite a few waving on Aurora tonight. Ahoy there, Tizzy C. And ahoy there, Kathy Bass. And ahoy there, Daniel San. So just the 3 departures today. Any moment now, I think the Aurora is going to be pushing off from the upper area. She's off due to depart at 4 o'clock, 4:30, and so is Queen Victoria due to depart at 4:30. Queen Victoria will be a little later because Aurora is departing first from up here, up at the other end of the port. And then Queen Victoria will just motor out from here once Aurora has passed. Keep an eye on that. So it'll be a little while before we see Aurora come past the camera. We'll keep an eye out. There she is. That's Aurora. And of course, it'll be fairly easy to spot Britannia because she's very visible here. Ahoy there, Jess J. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. If you look on Netlycam, we can see the Queen Victoria right at the dock head there, so we've got a good view of her. She's pointing the right way. Sometimes they point the other way and they have to reverse around the corner. I can't work out why they port side 2 sometimes and starboard side 2. I've never known quite what's going on there. I must speak to the pilot one day. I know Iona, so typically, so if we go back to the cruise camp, so typically most of the ships that are here on the ocean terminal, they tend to dock this way, so that's starboard side 2, and the terminal's just below here, that big silver building. All the cars are coming in.
CFIN VTS, all copied, thank you.
So typically, most of the ships come in and dock that way. Iona, some of them don't, but Iona is definitely one that doesn't dock that way. She docks the other way. She docks port side 2. And the reason she does that is I did hear from someone, or someone told me, that due to the fact that she's really large and she's got a couple of access hatches, and the only way they can access them is if she's port side 2. If she goes the other way around, they can't access the access hatches. Hoy there, shipmate Darren Howell. Just made a fantastic donation through the super chat. Many thanks for that, shipmates. Helps oil the wheels of the good ship Solent Ships. Right, I think you can see on Netlycam, it's still a bit windy out there. Quite a few white caps on the waves there. Just it's been a little unpleasant on the water, I would say, on the Solent. They've already heard on the radio that a small vessel had overturned at the mouth of the Handball and there were people in the water. And I can't say I'm surprised. It can get quite choppy down there, down at the edge of the handle, and there'll be lots of small pleasure craft coming and going, and quite frankly, some of them aren't probably suitable for some of the large waves, and you've only got to stuff the bow into a couple of large waves, and you'll be wet and windy and in the drink very quickly. Quick zoom in on the stern of Britannia, see if there's anything going on. If you happen to be on Britannia, want to give us a wave, come over to here, where the flag is, and give us a wave. We'll spot you quite easily from there, I think. Looks like the tugs are moving up on Aurora. Slightly changed position, so I would think that she's about to go any moment now.
Challenger 4, Southampton VTS, good afternoon.
Ahoy there, K.
Challenger 4 VTS, that's all, copy, thank you.
Oh, they're Darren targets. Oh, there's Sally Juice. There's another trio of departures, indeed. Another trio. Oh, there's Sophia Shawnee, says, I am new here. Well, ahoy, shipmate. Welcome aboard. Hope you'll enjoy our coverage of the ship departures today. Oh, there, Gary Ball, says he. Loves watching the ships go by. He's lucky enough to live in Hythe. Oh, well, okay, yes. Maybe we could have a look, see where Gary lives, couldn't we? Should we do that? Go zoom out for the second. See who's out on their balconies on Britannia. Oh, well, there's shipmate Darren Target. Another donation for the super chats. Most kind of you, shipmate. So this is Hythe over in the distance. There's a Hythe ferry which plies its trade between here and the port of Southampton. Oh, that's a lovely big sailing boat departing. So that's the Hythe ferry you can see right in the sort of centre of the screen. And it travels down that pier. So Gary lives over here somewhere. And there is the train arriving. That's the pier train. You just see it coming over the right hand side there. Saves you walking along the pier, but it's actually quite a nice pier to walk along. Get some good views of Southampton water. If you're in port and to have a good look around, it gets you quite close to the cruise ships. As you can see, there's quite a lot of waves there, so probably choppier than I'm giving it credit for. That windsock, the bottom right corner of the screen, it's quite rigid. So I guess there is a good breeze. So I don't quite know where Gary is, so he's over there in Hythe somewhere. So that's the pier train. Woohoo! Whoops, too far. There you go, Captain. This is Hythe Marina over here. In fact, there's a vessel just departing the lock.
Britannia VTS, sir.
There you go. This is Hythe Marina. There's a lock there that gets you in out of the marina. And if you live in one of those houses, you get your own berth as well. Quite whizzy.
VTS Britannia, channel 12. VTS Britannia, passenger vessel Britannia, channel 12.
Station calling VTS, I was speaking to another vessel, can you call again please?
VTS passenger vessel Britannia, were you calling us, sir?
VTS, no, I was calling the Britannia to the NABA.
Okay, copy, Stanley 1.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? To Britannia. I'm not surprised he misheard that one. So anyway, that's where Gary is. What else is going on here? Who else is in chat? Oh, excellent spanner. Tim Ellis, Kevin 2, and Stephen Joy here. Stephen Joy got some friends on. And Matt King. Spanner is also here as well.
From McGregor BTS, that's all copy, thanks.
Oh, there. Diana Bridge. Alison McGregor is a charitable vessel. She is wheelchair accessible, got a ramp on the back, and if you're
Busiest, Southampton BTS, good afternoon.
a limited ability, you can jump on board Alison McGregor and have a little tour of the port. That's the best what's going on today. Or the Ali Clark.
Busiest BTS, that's all copy, thank you.
Oh, Elizabeth G says it's 27C where she is.
Musketeer BTS.
Oh, boy there. Boy there's Sally G with a fantastic donation.
Musketeer BTS, that's all copied. Traffic information, the Southampton in St Helens Anchorage is raising her anchor, and then she will be outbound. BTS also the Salamanca at the Warner Boy inbound to Portsmouth.
Many thanks, Ian Nolan, for subscribing to the channel, and many thanks to Sally G for your kind donation. I believe Sally G is a new member to the channel as well. Very good of you. Oh, there, Wheat Strikalski. I always get your name, so I struggle with that. Sorry, I apologise for that, shipmate. He says, likes people, makes good points. I always seem to have more viewers than likes. I can never quite work out why. I'll have a quick check-in on... Some quick check-in, shall we, on Aurora. See what's going on up there. See if she's potentially on the move. I haven't heard anything on the radio, although for some reason they're struggling with the radio this afternoon. I don't imagine the wind is blowing the signal away, but that's what it seems like. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, yes, Aurora is on the move. Excellent. So she's pointing the right way, heading down towards Mayflower. I've got a fair way to go. And then we'll see her when she's somewhere down towards the Queen Victoria. And we'll catch her on cruise cam. And then Queen Victoria departs afterwards. So we'll have something to follow down the water. And then at 6 o'clock, we will have Britannia. Oh, with a Dennis O'Leary. Very kind of you, shipmates. A donation for the super chap. $8.99. Marvellous, shipmates. We have a number of channel subscribing shipmates that are on Aurora today. I know we've got JJ and Kaz, I think, and then Stephen Joy have got some friends on board. So there's a good chance we're going to have a number of waivers, which will be good. So, let's have a look what's going on here. Well, there, Malcolm Butler. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmates. Aurora's still just moving out. I imagine the tugs... I'm not sure how long the tugs will be attached for. They may take her further out. No, one's already become disconnected. I did wonder if that might just be the case. The tugs have become disconnected. So there we go. So we'll see her quite quickly. The reason for the tugs is the wind import. No, not that one. Here we go. Experiencing some quite strong winds at the moment. So that's wind speeds of over 20 knots. And that seems to be a key indicator of when the cruise ships will use tugs. Commercial ships use tugs all the time, but cruise ships normally mobile enough. And look, the gusting has been in the 25 knots. So it's getting quite a lot when you're trying to move out. Plus the wind direction is from the southwest. So it could make and manoeuvring tricky. I know that one of our shipmates is going to be on the stern of the Aurora, just below the bar, wearing a summer dress and a hoodie. We should be fairly obvious, I would think. Can't really get an idea of the winds from the flag on the ensign. From the stern of Britannia. I think it's because the wind is basically coming bow onwards. Oh, there, Nigel Callow. Many thanks for subscribing. Yes, due to the direction of the wind, we're not really getting much of a view that way of any wind. But I've noticed, yes, you can see the trees down here in Netley. And you can see the way the waves are coming directly from left to right, which is indicative of a southwesterly breeze. We'll see Aurora on the top right of the screen, and then she'll come out from the pier head behind Queen Victoria, and on the way down. Oh, thank you, Piotr Strikalski. He's donated 50 something. I'm not sure what PLNs are. That's interesting. What are PLNs? Oof, no. Polish, maybe? Have to look now. It is the zloty, the national currency of Poland. Oh, well, very kind of you, Peter. Very generous indeed, shipmate. Often get a few waivers on the stern on Britannia. Down there at the moment, so we'll often see the shipmate come on board and take the ensign down as well. It doesn't seem to be happening just yet. I'm lucky I'll catch it, but he'll probably do it when I'm busy doing something else. Keeping an eye on that. Aurora's making some good speed. I think she still has a tugs with her, actually. So I think the Spitzer Bargate is doing much other than just shadowing her, but the Spitzer Ferriby is definitely on the stern for a bit of extra steering and breakage. There we go. We can see that's the Spitzer Bargate there, and that's the Ferriby. What is speed currently is Aurora travelling at? Aurora travelling at 6.2 knots. That's very good speed. So she'll be on camera, I would think, in about 5-10 minutes, something along those lines. And then we'll see her on Netley cam. Only see her briefly on cruise cam. So we've got a couple of ships in the way. And then...
Bargate, BTS.
On the Aurora, outbound with a engine on the...
BTS, that's all copied, thank you.
There we go. I don't know if you heard that.
Queen Victoria, BTS.
Oh, there, Paul Harrison. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmate. Welcome aboard. Sounds like one of the...
The CTS, that's all copied. Can I have your deepest draft and number of crew on board, please? BTS, that's all copied. Traffic information. The ferry, Britannia, to the west of the nav anchorages will be inbound via the West Princessa Buoy, over.
Have a little look around, see what...
BTS, Aurora, Pierhead.
What rolls at the pier head?
Aurora, Pierhead. Aurora, BTS, Pierhead, all understood. Traffic information, Red Osprey, approaching the hook, inbound. Thank you. BTS, that's all copied. The Aurora at Pierhead outbound. She'll be followed by the Queen Victoria once she passes 38.9. And the bulk barges come away from her own. Queen Victoria, BTS, over.
I just can't pick up Queen Victoria on the radio today for some reason. I mean, she's only right behind Britannia, not that far away. I don't quite know why I can't pick it up.
BTS, that's all copied, thank you.
And the Aurora's just coming up to pier head. It should be on camera shortly.
Yes, Bargate.
Bargate, BTS, over.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you again. No bunker fire beside the Queen.
Do you know what time she's shifting?
BTS, she hasn't called in yet. She was due to finish bunkering at 16:30, but she hasn't called in yet, over.
Sorry, I missed that transmission.
BTS, the bunker barge was due to finish at 16:30. However, she still hasn't called in, ready to move her.
Okay, copy that. Thank you.
The Queen Victoria was getting a bit of a refuel.
We're champion BTS, over.
Ahoy there, Pond and Garden. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. I can see now that we're at the the bow. I can see quite a lot of.
BTS, that's all copied. Thank you. Break bar gate, BTS.
I can see a lot of flapping of hair.
Okay.
Did you just copy the Wick champion, over?
20 minutes, yeah, copy that. Thank you.
The Wit Champion is the bunkering vessel. Oh, there's Sandra West, I think the name was. Welcome aboard, shipmate. And ahoy there, Matt Davis. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Make yourself at home on deck. Yes, I can clearly see from some of the ladies' hair blowing around that it is pretty breezy up here on the bow. That's the direction of the winds coming. We will shortly be seeing Aurora. It sounds like Queen Victoria is still refuelling. The Britannia is the local bunkering vessel. The tugs are just coordinating because of the wind. Queen Victoria also has requested tug assistance on departure. What a bright looking day it is as well. Lovely blue sky. Plenty of people up on deck on Britannia. Stick their nose around the top deck. There's sun lounges. Oh, look at that ensign up there. That's really just showing you the wind there, isn't it? That flag is straight and erect, like a ramrod. And the seagulls having a bit of fun there. There is the bridge. We can see down here the bridge. Come, where's the bridge? Here's the bridge. This is where the captains will fly the ship from.
Versugers, VTS. Yes, I have question. To which direction do you intend to proceed? To which direction do you intend to proceed? Versugers, VTS, that is proceed, sir. So if you can pass to the east of the garden, I'll board to the southeast.
So Red Eagle about to depart Royal Pier for Cows. Any traffic for me?
Red Eagle, just say good afternoon, outbound traffic, the Aurora, that just Thatcher Station, Pier County.
What time have you got Queen Victoria leaving?
Approximately half an hour, so the champion is not leaving outboard until approximately 17:15.
Thank you.
I'm hoping you can hear the hooting and honking, shipmates. It's quite excessive.
Britannia, Southampton, VTS.
The P&O ships often communicate really loudly with each other.
Britannia, VTS, traffic information. The chemical tanker Versugers just to the north of Bedford Stage 4 shall proceed to the south and then southeast. The Musketeer Terpentine Port southbound.
And then you can see the Spitzer-Bargate tug finished assisting Aurora. She's assisting next. I'm not sure if it's a commercial vessel or she's helping Britannia. She might just be parking up for the night. Time for a cup of tea, maybe. And here's the...
Roger 70, just the Aurora passing south of the ocean, dog that van.
Oh, there, Lucas De Feos is very loud and clear, Captain. Oh, excellent. I'm glad the horns came across. The Aurora's horn was quite quiet, but Britannia's was very loud and clear. Or maybe around the other way. Ah, she's just a point. I'm not sure which way around it was. Interesting. Come on then, where are you? Should be coming to the right hand side of the screen any moment now. I was surprised how late the ships turn up. That makes sense. Oh, I can see the shadow of the water. Getting close now. Any moment now. Any moment now. Come on. Oh, well, there's shipmate Christopher Perkins. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for becoming a member. Glad to have you as part of the crew, shipmate. Grab yourself a mug of grog down in the galley. So let's have a look on what's going on with Aurora. I can see the flag at the front. The House of P&O flag is incredibly stiff and still. A lot of people up on deck. This is a busy crew. I haven't heard any numbers. The last couple of broadcasts, all the ships have gone out. Seem to be very healthily full of cruising shipmates. So I'm guessing this will be the same with Aurora. Yes, there's a fair number. They'll be possibly waving to people over on Britannia as well. They like to trade waves. I see quite a few people in their balconies. That's probably the place to be. Not so many balconies on the side here, are there? Some of them are not the same as modern ships, with more of a sort of enclosed balcony. Different style of ship. Of course, Aurora is one of the older ships that we see here in port, frankly. There we go. That's, in case you're wondering the name of the vessel, I think that should make it clear. It's the P&O Aurora. She's off on her travels to destinations I'm not familiar with. Oh dear, the captain's. There is more hooting and honking, but I think it's too fake to hear. Well, there's definitely some... This could be our shipmates JJ and Kaz. White floral dress on the top, I'm not sure, but I like the synchronised waving. I think that's got to be them. Excellent. Good job, shipmates. There's a whole load of hooting going on out there. But I think the ships are facing the other way, so it's not particularly obviously clear. I really enjoy this design feature here of the stern of Aurora. Has this sort of tiered balcony effect. I hope JJ and Kaz get up there to the bar, grab themselves a rum-based cocktail so that they can enjoy this rather pleasant sunny evening here in the Port Southampton. But you have to pick your location correctly, though. There we go. Well, Aurora from Hamilton.
Queen Victoria, VTS, figure out in 2, sir.
It is a bit breezy, so if you were, depending on where you were, you might not be feeling...
Queen Victoria, VTS, all received, sir, thank you. The ferry traffic now, sir.
Oh, we're there. Vanessa Wells, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for joining the crew. Radio is getting a bit noisy. So we've got
Sea-Tech diving VTS. Sea-Tech diving VTS received, thank you for the call.
Yes, that sailing boat there didn't have a lot of trim on the sails, did they? I think too much sail, you'd be filling your drinks left, right and centre. You want to keep it nice and trim today. As you can see, the Netley cam, unfortunately, is having a bit of a wibbly-wobbly moment. It's a bit susceptible to the winds, that. And as far as I know, Queen Victoria should be departing any time now.
Aurora VTS, good afternoon, sir. Ferry traffic.
Yeah, a lot of people went out on their balconies on Britannia so that they could wave goodbye to Aurora. She's on her way down Southampton water to destination unknown because I've not found out yet. Let's have a look. Where is she going? Yeah, I think she's off to... She's off to Trondheim in Norway. She's doing a fjordy cruise. That seems to be a really popular thing to do these days, do a fjordy cruise. You can't really see it because it's at the other side, but if we heard on the radio that we had the Queen Victoria is still bunkering. The Britannia bunkering vessel is still there, filling her up with lots of heavy or medium grade fuel oil. And then we have Tug Lomax assisting and Svitzer Bargates assisting. In the meantime, I think they're going to have to wait until the Queen Victoria is full. But it might not take very long. I haven't heard there's much of a delay. It's a bit wobbly there. We've got it's quite interesting how there's hardly any breeze there at the stern. I think that's the place to be. Come to the conclusion that I would book a stern cabin. I think bow cabins look exciting, but I think they're too windy. A stern cabin, fantastic view out the back over the bars. Yeah, I think that would probably be my choice. Well, let's see where Aurora's getting to. It does look quite choppy out there on Southampton water today. See, not 20 knot breeze, not for the amateur sailor really. You're gonna be rather careful when breezes like that around. I haven't got any passenger numbers, unfortunately, for Aurora. We didn't, for some reason, couldn't really hear the radio today. I'm pretty sure the radio signal's not blown away, but just couldn't hear it today. KV2 supplied me with some fantastic information. That's the Aurora is on a 12-night Norwegian fjord cruise, stopping at Trondheim, Ålesund, Andersland, Olden, Skjolden, Ejefjord and Horgensound. I'm pretty sure I've mispronounced 90% of those. Very popular moment. All the ships seem to be going to the fjords. And the Queen Victoria is basically going to follow as well, going on a fjord trip as well. So the tide's out there. We've had quite a few interesting things on the live streams lately. I don't know what we'll have today. We've had a Warsash fire. We had the lifeboat assisting the other day with a water salute. It's been quite exciting on these live streams, I have to say. The P&O Aurora, like I say, it's one of the she must be. I'd have to check on this. I think so. It must be the oldest ship in P&O's fleet. Maiden voyage in May of 2000, so she's 22 years old. Hi there, Dave Carr. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmates. Glad to have you on board. 22 years old, he's certainly getting up there. Had some reports from shipmates lately who say that it's still an enjoyable ship. I think she's an adult-only ship now. Memory serves me correctly. And I think probably ideal for going up to the fields and enjoying the fantastic scenery. Compared to some of the other ships as well, maximum passenger capacity on Aurora is under 2,000 with 850 crew. When you take that, compare that to Iona, for instance, and she almost has 2,000 crew and somewhere of over 5,000 passengers. Interesting to hear the passenger numbers. Like I say, we have noticed the last couple of weeks that passenger numbers have increased a lot. And one of our shipmates, I think it was Bertie Doe, pointed out that when he went, they're starting to no longer use quarantine cabins. So I think that's why they were only like 2/3 capacity on the cabins for a while, because they were being used for quarantine purposes. Also, the Iona was particularly late. Erratic with her timekeeping a while ago, and she's now much better. And I think it's because COVID testing, they've abandoned COVID testing before you get on board. So that's expedited the times for people to get on board. We're just seeing Aurora now, heading her way down Southampton water, sneaking out from behind Britannia. Good visibility to this evening. Look at that, shipmates. Clearly see those very dry, dusty fields there over on the Isle of Wight behind Cowshot Spit. The water is looking a touch on the choppy side. The
Musketeer, Vegas.
Hi there, UK SIF 420. Welcome aboard, shipmates. I'm glad you can subscribe. Oh, hi there, shipmate Sherry Courtney. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmate. Glad you can make it on board. Even the sailing boat there has got no sails up at all, taking the safer option. I can see the odd kite surfer the other side of Cowshot Spit. You often can with this sort of weather. Hi there, Vernon Turner. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. No updates on Queen Victoria as yet. Tugs are in position. Looks like a couple of small fishing boats there, but like I said, that one at the bottom there, look, he's got his red ensign is definitely very stiff and erect. Definitely a breezy out there. Oh, I haven't looked at the chat. I'm too busy looking at other things, aren't I? Actually, the wind has died just a touch. Currently, we're starting to dip below 20 knots, and this is sort of typically the threshold that requires the assistance of tugs for departures of the ships. Go back to the chat. Where's the chat gone? There we go. Oh, I see JJ and Cats. I'm presuming we managed to get hold of them. Let's have a look. There's a lot of chat going on. I missed it. I was too busy ranting.
38.9. Aye, aye.
Aye, aye. That's a great bit of maritime language. You hear that occasionally. Mainly the tug drivers and tugs and commercial vessels, they use aye, aye. Well, there, Judith Edwards says they were quarantined 3 weeks ago. We were on Britannia. They were very kind to us. I think, did you stay in your cabin? I've been told that people are staying in their cabins now when they're quarantined rather than having to go to quarantine-only cabin. Red Jet's blasting up here. Not a good location for cruise ship spotting on a Red Jet, just too quick. You'll be blasting past before you had a chance to really know what you're looking at. Water's, obviously tide must be out because the water's looking a bit yellow. He's down at the Netley Cliff Sailing Club. Well, there's Steve Mack, and he's on time again. A new watch is certainly working out well for Steve Mack. Good to see you on board, shipmates. Well, there, Warren Spooner says he's booked Norwegian Fjord cruise for next year on board Iona. He's looking forward to it. And he says, looking forward to it, and say hi to Jenny and Sue watching your live stream as well. Keep up the work. Oh, thank you, shipmates.
Right, the 7 meters, yes, please, sir.
It certainly is, seems to be the popular place for the fjords. Oh, there, Ian Cruise Guy's just been out on Aurora, and he's come back. Had a fantastic cruise, great ship. Excellent shipmate. So you didn't think Aurora was too old? Still very useful. Well, then Mike Howard says he's going to be transatlantic on Britannia. Steve Mack's clearly enjoying his new watch. Oh, there, Carmen. She, one of our ex-spanners, obviously updating people. I'm just going backwards through the chat now to see what's going on. Oh, there's Sketchy Gambits. Says the due to fuel prices, use it carefully. This is true. Not sure it makes a lot of difference for commercial vessels. They all need to refuel, so, and they've timetables to keep. I probably don't worry too much about it. Or their vendor, I'm not sure I've mentioned you before. Oh, well, Mike Howard says great views of the ships today. Yeah, certainly are. Oh, and JJ Kaz said they did try to get in sync. Yes, it's very obvious. I would say synchronized waving certainly is more apparent. There's some reasons more visible. It gets us more things doing the same thing on the camera. So yeah. Well, hope you're enjoying your cruise, JJ and Kaz. I thought it's an excellent vantage point you had there. You're clearly obvious. Oh, and Luca De Ferris is loving their neutral design. Yeah, absolutely. I like the stern. Some of these ships have a blocky stern. I just think it's I don't know. I think I prefer some sort of shape to it. Oh, with the Judith said, she's talking about getting COVID. Oh, I think she had COVID on Aurora or Britannia. I'm not quite sure what she said. If you're on a balcony cabin, you stay in your cabin. If you were in an inside cabin, they move you to a balcony. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? I'm guessing so that you can get yourself a bit of fresh air. Excellent. It's good to know. Let's have a quick look. I've not heard on the radio anything about Queen Victoria. And currently, which champion is still there? She's still bunkering. Well, not sure how long she'll be. Guessing not too long.
Which champion VTS? Good afternoon to you again, sir.
Sounds like bunkering may have finished. I can't hear which champion. It's a bit of a shame.
Which champion VTS? Yes, sir, you're cleared ship. Red Osprey there. Conducting wide berth for you.
Oh, Judy Walker. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Welcome to the crew. Glad you became a member, and grab yourself a mug of grog down there in the galley. Oh, there, Jan says Aurora best ship in the fleet. We're doing a 30 nights transatlantic on it next year. Can't wait. 30 nights. Wow. You really will be like a seasoned deckhand, won't you? 30 nights on board. Absolutely fantastic. Hi there, Tom. I can't quite see the name. Hi there, Tom. Sorry, I missed your last name. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. It's looking quite busy out on there on the Solent. Hi there, Northern DJ. It says raining hard in the West Yorkshire. Weather looks a lot better here. Yes, it does, doesn't it? It's
Red Kestrel. Red Kestrel will go. 06. 06.
It's certainly not raining here. It's bright and sunny, if a little breezy. Well, then, Mark Howard says, do you know who is Captain of Britannia today? I'm afraid I don't. Shipmate, I'm afraid I don't know that one.
Queen Victoria, BTS, where's that?
Still, Queen Victoria's radioing. Queen Victoria's just behind Britannia.
Victoria, BTS, copy, sir, and no reporting traffic once the bunker bars are clear.
Sounds like Queen Victoria is just about to depart then. The bunkering barge with Champion, which I didn't hear, but I'm guessing she was disconnecting and moving off.
Alacat BTS, good afternoon, sir. Traffic from Southampton, the Aurora is passing the BJF on Cleartown.
We've got three departures today, shipmates. We've got the Aurora. She departed at 4:30. And then the Queen Victoria is slightly late. And in fact, increasingly late. Probably going to be about more like 5:30. She's busy refueling. She's just here at the end. And the Wit Champion here, this bunkering barge, has been refueling her. So that has been going on. She probably... Oh, no, she's just on her way. There we go. She's just literally moved off. So I'm suspecting we will see Queen Victoria move shortly. Ahoy there, Jackie Harrison. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. In fact, there is the Wit Champion there. That is the bunkering vessel that's been filling up. There is effectively the hose pipe, for want of a better word, sticking up there that they've been connecting to the ship, transfueling. I suppose transfueling works, transferring all that medium or light fuel oil across. So she'll be off round the corner to Empress Dock, thus leaving the way clear for Queen Victoria to depart. So that'll be good. We'll see her in a second. Can't see her at the moment. She's behind the Britannia. See, a bit windy. It does look sunny, but it is very windy today. Good for conditions, for the cameras, and for visibility, but not so good to keep the alternately can stable.
Aurora, BTS. So, small boat drifting from Hamble River, proceeding south with 4 people on board. Red Eagle, BTS. Shadow South, we covered that. Broken down boat drifting south from River Hamble. 4 people on board.
Broken down boat. That's from the River Hamble. I don't think we can see that quite from Netley Cam. Let's have a little look, shall we? It'll be past the SO terminal. So down that way. Yeah. So that's the River Hamble, was beyond where those sailing masts are, beyond the pier there. It'll be over there somewhere. Like I say, today's a sort of day, if you're out of a small vessel, you could quite easily get a bit flooded, because there's surprisingly... Oh, there we go. I think that's the harbour master there, just disappearing behind the red funnel ferry there. Should come out the left-hand side. He's probably gone over to assist, see if he can pull them, secure a line to them and pull them over. Yes, that's the harbour master. Pull them into somewhere a little more safe than drifting out into the main shipping channel. Looks like the flag has come down on Britannia. We've missed that again. It must be pretty warm up there, though. I think there's hardly any breeze. That's definitely where I'd be sitting. I'll keep an eye on Queen Victoria. Guessing she's going to depart ever so shortly. And then once we've Queen Victoria's
Princess Caroline, just have it up and again.
Princess Caroline, we just about to break away from Town Quay. We have 6 crew and 7 passengers, 13 in total.
Princess Caroline, the source overspoken. How many passengers again, please?
We have 6 crew and 7 passengers, total is 13. We're going to Ocean Key.
Princess Caroline, we just received Queen Victoria from 389 about to break away, singling up. So no body traffic on the engine.
Copy that, thank you.
There we go. We heard that. Queen Victoria's about to single up, so she'll be departing shortly. And then at 8 o'clock we have Britannia, so it's going to work out quite well. With Queen Victoria being late, we'll get a good gap between the ships.
What champion BTS received? Thank you, sir.
I could probably have a word with VTS and tell them to try and spread out these ships a little more in future, rather than making them depart at the same time. They don't seem to, do they? So maybe that's not really much of a problem. But I'm not sure they'll listen to the captain anyway. Quinn Daniel says, how about a camera in handball? Yeah, I've thought about it. I have called. It's not really a very good location. I have talked to a few people, but no one was interested. I shall investigate further. Daniel San also says, why didn't you hit the like button? I probably quite agree. Probably should hit the like button. That looks like the harbour master's returning from Hamble. So guessing they've either started their engine or someone else secured them. Maybe the Hamble lifeboat's gone that way. Oh, boy there, T. Wisha. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Well,
Musketeer BTS, no boarding inbound traffic, safe crossing.
oh, well, Judy Walker says she's enjoyed watching the channel so much she's become a member. Excellent, shipmate. I really appreciate you doing that. It's a lovely little community of shipmates we have here. We run a very tight ship, so we do like to have a bit of fun as well. Boy, the Mark G says he's back on Britannia in February 2024. That's quite a while to wait, although I suppose it's 22, so not so long. Oh, there, Robert Leland says he and his wife went out 7 years ago on a cruise on Britannia, 16 nights.
Red Falcon VTS outbound traffic, Aurora passing SO number 5, clear town. One champion Team Delta for SO number 6, and from Southampton, Victoria is singling up from 389.
And he's booked up a cruise on Iona next July for the fjords. Always for the fjords, very popular. Oh, they're exploring with Eric, all the way from California. People walking down the slipway there. Do be careful at the bottom. It's really seaweedy and slippery. Oh, made it safely. Well done. Holiday Mark Howard says that's the Sunset Bar on the back of Britannia. I'll be there having a drink on October 21st. He is talking about, yeah, here's this Sunset Bar. I definitely think that's where I'd be. Hello, Stephen Wassell. Welcome aboard, shipmates. I'm just discussing the Sunset Bar here on the stern of the Britannia.
3TS, Red F7. Good evening. Shortly leaving Town Quay.
Red F7 BTS Queen Victoria breaking away from 389. With champion Dean Zelgo for SO number 6 and Aurora just cleared SO number 5 at Mount Clear Channel.
Some copy, thank you.
There's Queen Victoria supposedly breaking away. Not recorded anything just yet. I'm guessing any moment. We could go and have a look, I suppose, couldn't we? We can't see Queen Victoria on cruise cam. It's just because we've got Britannia in the way. If we spin wet Netley can around, I think we can probably see the tug action. There we go. You can also see how windy it is as well. Checking the weather for the wind speeds here in port. It's still quite windy. Looking at wind speeds of 21 knots at the moment. I'd say it's been gusting in the high 20s. Yeah, gusting in the mid 20s.
Aurora BTS receives and northbound traffic inbound from there.
Yeah, so plenty of windage going on out there. Currently just over 20 degrees C. I must say it feels slightly warmer than that. I think it's probably because the wind's warm, if that makes sense. It's a warm wind rather than cold wind, and the sun's quite hot. Is Queen Victoria moving? Oh, it's difficult to see, isn't it? The camera's a bit shaky. Move that a bit. Oh, I think that's even worse. Oh, dear. What to do? Plenty milling around on the stern of Britannia. Some chap holding his hand up. Ahoy there, shipmate. Oh, he's waving. Yeah, they're waving to the camera. Oh, they wouldn't know which way to face. I'll zoom in on him. I think he was talking to his friend, saying, "I'm on the back of Britannia." There we go. No, they've gone. No, they've moved a bit. Someone's saying, "You're on big now." I'm not quite sure which way they're facing, though, are they? I don't know where the camera is. To your left a bit. To your left a bit. That's it. No, right a bit. Left a bit. No, left a bit more. No, too far. Trouble is, there's quite a delay. It's creeping to this completely the wrong direction. It's there's
Red Eagle BTS, thank you, sir. Call ship gauge is 2.5525.
there's such a delay. It's about 30 seconds. So when you see something on the camera, it's a long delay. So they'll eventually.
Britannia BTS between the ports. Thank you for the course.
There we go. Got some waivers. Must have Aurora. Must be getting quite close to the end of Southampton water. In fact, I just to have a look down. It doesn't look like Queen Victoria's moving just as yet. Yes, Queen Aurora's just down at the end of Southampton water. Quite a few yachts out there. I've noticed they've got quite trim sail due to the wind, but it's probably a pretty good day to be out in the water. Yeah, yacht. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Steve Max says it's like people seeing themselves on a screen at the cricket match. That's right. Yeah, you don't know where to look. Do you? You look at the screen, but then you think, well, that's not where the camera is. And you don't know where the camera is, and then you look right, and the camera's left, and it all gets very confusing. Yeah. Hi there, Lawrence McDonald says thoroughly enjoy having sailed in at Southampton at least 15 times.
Princess Caroline, BTS.
You certainly are a seasoned, salty ship dog.
Yes, Princess Caroline.
Second Victoria, they're on the move, and may I know your intention, please, ma'am?
Your intentions.
Yes, Princess Caroline. I was just waiting for Victoria to leave and then introduce.
Thank you for that, sir.
So he's talking to Princess Caroline, which again is one of these little ships that goes around. So you've got Princess Caroline here. There you go. She's a little cruise ship, or rather pleasure. Oh no, pleasure. Sightseeing ship. There you go. That's the right words. So she's got some passengers on board. Normally has parties, disco lights, all that sort of thing. Then sometimes a bit of watching various ships departing. So look like Queen Victoria was on the move. Yes, she's broken away slightly. So she is on the move. We can watch her for a while. Much going on there, and we got Aurora just about to get round the end of Cowshot Spit. Then at 6 o'clock we got Britannia, so that's coming in quite quickly now. So they've actually sorted themselves out to provide you with an almost seamless evening of coverage. Boy, that Dennis O'Leary says the clearest wave yet. Great stuff. Yeah, that was some good waving there. That was. Don't know who it was. They may have been on cruise cam. They mentioned it on cruise cam. No, probably someone just waving to their friends. I expect they were on telephones. Well, there's Stephen Wassell from West Yorkshire. He did a 35-day on Queen Mary 2. March and April. Great place, Southampton. Oh, you certainly know the right things to say, shipmate. That's a 30-day cruise, 35-day cruise should be good fun. And yeah, you're right. Southampton is a great place. It's a pity, really, because a lot of cruise ship passengers don't know it. They just come into the port, jump on a ship, and then depart the port later. Don't spend enough time here. Aurora's just, you can see, just turning around the end of Southampton, walking down past Cowshot Castle. I'll just keep an eye on Aurora for the minute. Queen Victoria is moving out, but quite slowly. And I can't really get the zoom going on netly at the moment because it's just so windy out there. Oh, hi there, Helen Jones. Oh, I remember that name, shipmates. You've been a while, is it? Back again. Oh, well, there is the ferry from Portsmouth to Fishbourne. She does look quite bright, actually. She's looked quite pretty, Aurora, from distance. I wonder if she had a lick of paint lately. Looking it sharp. Oh, well, Philip Clark's asking a question about why Britannia reverses into dock, sails out, and Britannia sails in, reverses out. Captain's preference? Ah, good question. I would have thought something similar. I know not all vessels. Iona always. There you go. You can see the ferry in the background spinning round. She has to reverse out of the dock and then spin round. I know that the Iona always is bow in, and that is because there is an issue with the hatches along the side for loading. Because of her size, the hatches are in the wrong place, so she has to go bow in. If she goes stern in, then they can't reach the hatches. So I know that for Iona. But why the other ships? Sometimes other ships come in bow first, and I don't know why. It could be a similar issue, I suppose. That's quite interesting. I don't think I've seen that ferry spin round before. There you go, Queen Victoria slowly coming up with the assistance of tugs. Both the Aurora. Oh, there, BPW BT50. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Many thanks for subscribing to the channel. So both had 2 departures so far today, the Aurora and the Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria is slightly late. Both required the assistance of tugs, which is due to the wind speed in port at the moment. The wind speed in port has been pretty gusty, with speeds in over 20 knots and gusting to 35 knots at one point, so I could definitely see they'd be requesting tug assistance for that. Hi there, Ellie Murray. She's having a bug on the chat. Oh yeah, she has some technical issues, does Ellie Murray? Very unfortunate. I don't really know how to solve them. It's one of the many peculiarities of YouTube. So it looks like the tugs are going to assist for a little while. Queen Victoria, they'll let go. And once she's clear, she'll be somewhere down Southampton water, and then Britannia will leave at 6. And if I can get my plan together, I might be able to see Aurora on Cowscam. I'm particularly good at missing that.
Morning, Lynn, Southampton, BGS.
Oh, Ellie Burley, obviously someone suggesting to run YouTube on the television. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, yes, and Steve Max suggested I'd forgotten to call the ferry to the Isle of Wight from Portsmouth the Barry. Affectionately, we have nicknames for all the ferries. It would seem. We have Brian's, the Red Funnels, we have the Barrys, the White Links, we have the Joan Jets, which are the Red Jets. I think that's it. I'm not sure we have other names. Could see Queen Victoria with the assistance of tugs. And there's the old Princess Caroline down there. She's just right on the dock hedge there. Looks like the target's still connected, yeah. See if we can see anyone. I'll be putting my zoom to the test here. See if there's anyone on the stern. Oh, a few people up there. Could be some wave. Oh, there are some people waving. I think they're waving on the starboard side, so they're probably waving to people on the Hythe. May have some friends on the Hythe Pier or something over in Hythe. Looks quite busy up there. I'm guessing there's some sort of liquid refreshment, rum cocktail providing venue there. Would be my choice again. Looks nice. Rather partial to the hull colours of Queen Victoria. Actually, like a blue hull. Bit of a tug assistance there as well. Queen Victoria is off on her voyage to the fields. In fact, sailing almost in the wake of Aurora, all the way up to the field. Didn't catch. I don't think we've had any passenger numbers yet. So far, passenger numbers seem to be pretty high at all the ships we've had out recently. I think there are less restrictions on COVID, isolating, all those sorts of things.
Queen Victoria, BGS, Western Shell, thank you, sir.
The Western Shelf is that green buoy that's just in the midships on the port side of Queen Victoria now. That's the Western Shelf buoy. So the pilot radios in and says that's where they are. And it's pretty much where the tugs will disconnect along here as well. Slightly smaller than some of the other ships we have in port. There you go, the tugs now disconnecting. 2,000.
C-Tech Darvers, VTS.
2,000 passengers. And a crew of 900. But we don't have any numbers though. Maybe they'll pilot a radio in any moment now. Although I can't hear the radio.
C-Tech Darvers, VTS.
Queen Victoria maiden voyage in December of 2007. Build cost of approximately £270 million.
C-Tech Darvers, Southampton, VTS.
Comes in at 294 metres. Like I say, total passenger.
Yes, Stargate, that's absolutely finished with Queen Victoria, heading back to 37, waiting for the Silver Moon departure.
Silver Moon is a
Fargate, VTS, shifting 1830. Yes, Peter.
Silver Moon's Aurora departing later. But she's behind.
C-Tech Darvers, VTS.
Behind Britannia. Can't see her. Well, there's Steph P says there's been some big solar flares lately that might be related to radio trouble. Could be, actually, yeah. It's just not very clear today. Some days we get really good reception of the other ships, but today it's struggling to hear the ships. I can hear the VTS, but yeah, struggling to hear the ships. Queen Victoria, 90,000 gross tons. I say not as big as some of the other ships. A Vista class cruise ship with a top speed of 23.7 knots or 43.9 kilometers an hour for all you continental types. 27.3 miles per hour in the Queen's units. She is powered by some very large diesel engines.
C-Tech Darvers, VTS.
With a combined power output of 85,000 horsepower. And driving two Azipods. So Azipods are a bit like sort of shopping wheels. Wheels on a shopping trolley just sort of spin round and round. It gives you total control and thrust. Looks like the last tug is about to disconnect from the stern of Queen Victoria. And we'll keep an eye out for the Aurora on cruise on Cow's Cam. Let me get my camera's all confused. Like could have an interesting sunset this evening. I don't think we're going to see it while the ship's departing. Too early for the ships. I reckon we'll have Aurora shortly on Cow's Cam. How close we can get. So the wind conditions are causing the camera to be a bit wobbly. You can see the flag right on the top there, the red ensign. Really very stiff and erect, really straight. I say the current wind recorded speeds at the dockhead. We had gusts of 35 miles an hour today. Doesn't seem like it'd be a windy day. Eddie Murley says his thoughts pods are more reliable than shopping trolley wheels. Yes, I would hope so. Still have a tug on the stern. And looks like there's some shipmates.
Red Park, can you just hook, thank you. So Queen Victoria, approaching Lane Slake at Mantis for the low match.
Some shipmates there enjoying the view of Queen Victoria on the camera. And then over on Cow's Cam, we've got Aurora blasting past. You go a bit faster on Cow's Cam. They're on their way past Bramblebank, ready to drop their pilots off. We were watching that yesterday. It was quite interesting watching the pilot being dropped off on the map. Can't actually see it in real life, but you can see it happening on the AIS map. See the slopey stern there. That's sort of.
C-Tech divers, yes.
And we can see, if I get this right, we'll still follow Aurora here as she makes her way off to the fjords. And I think I can get Britannia, Queen Victoria, and Aurora all in the same shot. How about that? I like that. And we've got a crane that's just blocking the view. Now I'll just, once we've finished following Aurora, past the cows on the way out. Not a lot of pleasure craft out there. I think just a bit too choppy, a bit too windy today. We've had so many good weekends the last month, 2 months. I think people have thought to themselves, there's no point going out. And then if we look on cruise cam, we've got the Britannia, stern of the Britannia to our right, the Queen Victoria, middle of the picture heading down south of the water with a tug following closely, and at very distance we were just watching Aurora. This chap's doing it on purpose, isn't he? He knows I'm watching the cruise ships and he's moving his crane around to be in the way. Good visibility this evening, though. Don't know how long the tug will stay with Queen Victoria. I've not seen them go down quite so far. Unless she's relocating to the other end, perhaps. Doesn't look like she's attached. Chap out there coming back in his powerboat. I can hear noises going on from Britannia. See some sort of DJ on board, whipping up the crowd. Let's see if I don't think there's a line attached to the tug there. Almost perfectly aligned, these two ships. One ship, it will be going quite a bit faster than the other. Oh, there, Ginny Bennett says no fangled gin palaces this weekend. No tangled gin palaces. Although I just did see one gin palace nip up Southampton water. Oh, there, Paul Mills. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. And if you are enjoying this content of the channel, shipmates, and be part of the crew, do think about subscribing. It certainly helps the channel out. I believe the algorithms at YouTube will assimilate your liking or subscribing and spread the news to more shipmates.
Southampton VTS, Britannia.
Oh, here we go, Britannia.
Britannia, VTS, good evening.
Yeah, evening to you. Apologies, having some issues with VHF. Right.
Much clearer now.
Outbound for La Corona. Figures to follow. We're at stations.
Britannia, VTS, that's all copied, thank you.
Clear to go.
VTS, yes, you have clearance to depart. Red Falcon at 40 deep inbound.
Thank you.
There's Britannia going down to refill. So that sounds like the Britannia is clear to go. Have a look, shall we? See what's going on Britannia. She's going to leave absolutely on the button. Hi there, Howard 16. Welcome aboard, shipmates. See if we can see any lines at the stern, perhaps. We'll see what's going on.
Red Falcon, VTS.
No, I can't see any stern lines. Maybe I can see bow lines. Let's have a look at the bow lines.
Red Falcon, VTS, traffic information. The Britannia on 46 berth, singled up, will be outbound shortly. Over.
Ah, yes. We can see bow lines. Let's have a look at bow. We haven't seen bow lines for a while, have we? Here we go. Here is the bow lines on Britannia. So she's not quite singled up. That's not my definition of singled up. That looks like a lot of attached wharfs, if you ask me. I'll keep an eye on that. That will give us an idea when she's actually going, when those lines start disappearing. And it does sound like an entire disco party going on Britannia. To where that is, I'll have a look. Sounds like the Love Shack, I think, up in here. Well, I think it's going on up here. It seems to be the place for these sort of shenanigans. Oh, yeah, look. I can see dancing.
Southampton BTS, Red Osprey, Mr. Park European, come and speak with
Red Osprey BTS, that's all. A copy of the traffic information. Britannia on 46 berths, singled up, ready to depart. The Red Falcon approaching Greenland inbound, and Queen Victoria, Greenland outbound, clear channel.
All copy, sir, thank you.
I can clearly see some dad dancing up there, and it does look windy. The lady's hair is really blowing around. I don't know that Britannia will have tug assistance. I've not heard anything. She's pointing straight out, and it's coming straight at our bow, so probably less of an issue. More of an issue if you're trying to come sideways. Hi there, Mark Howard says the Britannia Sailwell party will be now happening on the Britannia Lido deck. Lido deck? Yeah, I would agree. It certainly looks like there's a party going on there. I can actually recognise some of the music. I can hear it wafting into my cabin. Sounds like something about sunshine and moonlight. And something about boogie. Quick look. Have a look. No movement on the lines. We'll keep an eye on that. But as far as I can tell, she's due to depart any moment now. Well, there, Mark Howard says Neil Oliver will be hosting that. He's the DJ. Okay, good to know. Steph P says must be dancing to some of the art. Steve Max says Mark G. We had a nice hour on the beach at Civitavecchia. Not sure where that is. Sounds interesting. Blame it on the boogie. That's it, Ellie Murray. You've nailed it in one. That's the one. I can't really hear enough. I can just hear the odd. I can't really hear the music, the tones. I could just hear like a bit, but just like the odd bit of vocals. I couldn't quite work out. It was something about something rather than something rather. Well, there's Sally G, says the chat had frozen. Yes, chat does have its moments. I'm afraid that's beyond my captain's control, but yeah, I think refresh the webpage helps, or just load again. Steve Max says it felt a bit like Skegness with the sun. Where are you talking about? You're talking about Skegness with the sun. Not Skegness then, really, is it? Ah, Dave 5118 says still no sailaway parties on the P&O ships at the moment. Just have music playing at the bar. Kevin 2's just informed me that this place that Steve Mack thinks is Skegness with the sun is a port in Rome. I can't remember what it's called now. Sounds like some Greek food dish that you might have when you're really hungry. What's it called? I've lost it. Civitavecchia. Civitavecchia? I don't know.
Stan Arnold, Southampton VTS, good evening. VTS, please go talk to the pilots on channel 09, over.
Playing a new song. Can't recognise it. Oh. Feeling hot, hot, hot. I think. Yes. I think you know the one. Mark Howard says, never seen Queen Mary or Britannia go past Skegness. Well, guessing might have happened at some point. I don't know how close they'd get to Skegness. Obviously, I mean, they do go up to the field, so it's sort of close. Yeah, you'd have to have a telescope to see them, I guess. Wouldn't be as simple as just looking at the beach. Hi there, Mike Tricky. Welcome to subscribing, shipmates. You'll see no actions on those lines. They're all still attached, as far as I can tell. Yep, still attached. Not even drooping. So, go on then. You said you were ready to go, and I'm still waiting. Just following the Victoria out of port, and then we have the 6 o'clock departure of Britannia, and as far as I can tell, that is due to happen any moment. One of the red funnels going past, but there's nothing happening to those lines. I can't even see normally you can see a little shipmate out on the well deck there, but I can't see that either. So she did radio in just before 6, minute or 2 before 6, and said, ready to go. Can we go? And VTS said, yep, you can go. But nothing.
7 VTS, that's all copied traffic information. Queen Victoria, 40 deep, outbound main channel to the east and a clear channel vessel. The Red Osprey dockhead outbound and the Britannia on 46 berth at stations to depart. Over.
I'd imagine that perhaps she was waiting for the red funnel to pass. Hi there, James Ashman. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Oh dear, the chap down there, the bottom right corner, took a bit of a tumble on his foiling surfboard with his kite. It takes so many levels of concentration, I can't say I blame him. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to do it. Let's hopefully he can get back up into the water. We're keeping an eye on the lines on Britannia, but nothing as yet. Well, there, Daniel Sands says, give me the name of... Give me quite a cryptic message. No. Nicked it from Cruise Cam. Well, there, Mark Howard says, thanks for a great afternoon today. Enjoyed your cams and commentary. Well, thank you, shipmate. Oh, Stephen Joy. Stephen Joy say that in the brochure, when it says your ship's destination is Rome, it actually stops at Civitavecchia, which is miles away from Rome. Oh, it's one of those things, is it? I've been to those sorts of places. Still waiting for... Can't see anything happening on these lines here. Ahoy there, Mike Yates. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmate. Welcome aboard. They're just here waiting for the now latest departure of Britannia. She did radio and said she was quite keen to go. And then nothing. Slightly disappointing. Ahoy there, Bobby Lina. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Do appreciate you all subscribing. Doesn't cost anything. Helps the channel out loads. And of course, when I go live, you'll get a notification. Mark Howard's asking, what's in port tomorrow? Good question, shipmate. In port tomorrow. Well, there is nothing of a cruise ship variety, unfortunately. We will have on Tuesday, Thursday. Thursday, is that Thursday? Gosh, that seems like a long way away, doesn't it? Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday we'll have the Azamar Pursuit, which I don't think I've seen before. If I can get my stuff together, I'll try and give her a drone. I don't think I've definitely haven't droned the Azamar Pursuit before. Also, then on the 29th, we've got the Island Princess and the Queen Mary 2. So that might be something to do. The Island Princess is on 46th berth, Queen Mary 2 is on 106.
FOB VTS, that's all copied. The Britannia at stations to depart 46 berth over. Mavic, VTS, all copied, thank you.
Oh, ahoy there, Steph P, who says, congratulations on 26,000 subscribers. Oh, thanks, shipmate. I didn't notice. This is excellent news. I appreciate everyone's efforts. The Blue Spanner crew, the look after all the chats, all the subscribers, the Patreon donors, the PayPal donors, just everyone for just being a jolly good bunch of shipmates. A quick look on Britannia. Everyone seems to be up on deck, out in their balconies. The sun has gone away for the moment. Let's see how this party is going on, shall we? Looks like the sail away party is taking place. Oh yes, Vendor. Oh, there, Vendor. It says the RFA Mounts Bays in 46 berth for 3 days in a row. That's very unusual. Don't normally get the Royal Fleet auxiliary ships into 46 berth, which is rather unusual. Which might be loading something peculiar. Not sure. I'll zoom in too closely on that. Probably not of that. This is the sail away party here on top of the top of Britannia.
Red Falcon VTS, yes, it is safe to do so with caution for the Toby and the Bargate going around to 40 berth and the Britannia at stations on 46 berth.
Copy, sir. Thank you. We'll keep wide on the red in case the man stops.
VTS will copy, thank you.
There's definitely some dancing people up on the ship. Lots of people having a good time by the looks of it. I can hear this song as well. I don't know what it is. It's something about Ooh Ah Baby and then Hey and then lots of oohs and ahs. Clearly music not my strong point. Still have the tug in attendance.
The Silver Moon. Afternoon.
Silver Moon VTS, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon. Well, just securing the ramp here on 4041 for a shift up to 106 berth. Draft is 9.3, 24 plus 1 on board.
VTS, that's all copy. The traffic information, the Britannia on 46 berth at stations to depart.
Okay, yeah, that's all copy. Thanks. We'll have lines ashore until she's passed.
VTS, all copy, thank you.
Yeah, just waiting now. Could be any time, really.
Aurora VTS.
Oh, there, Daniel Sands trying to report a user for something. Well, thank you for that, shipmate.
VTS, that's all copy. There's no reported traffic though.
I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but I'm sure Daniel Sands doing a good job of trying to sort it out. Oh, ahoy there, Audionics says living their best lives. Yeah, that could be it. Don't know, do I? Ooh, anybody says, ooh, just a little bit. No, it's like, it's oh, baby.
No. Victoria VTS, that's all copied. There's no reported inbound traffic though.
Ooh, that's all I can hear. Hey, baby, then ooh, Sounds like, I'm not sure what it sounds like. It just sounds like a wedding disco to me. Ahoy there, one down this boat. I said hopefully they'll be doing sailaways when I'm on the Aurora in October. Well, let's hope so. Terence Cook says it's more like a non-sail away party. I agree. It's not sailing away very quickly. Unless it's waiting for tug assistance. Oh, that could be, maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's a lack of tug that's the problem. I wasn't asking for it. Oh, Mark Howard says he's on Britannia in October. There's the tug going then. Tug's off for a little spin. Well, I'm sure you do, Early. I'm sure you do. It's something like, hey, baby, ooh, or something. In case you didn't notice, I can't sing, so probably stop that nonsense. Oh, Mark Beeston says, hey, baby, from DJ OTZI. Otzi? Oh, yeah. Could be. I wouldn't know who sang it, but it sounds like that's probably the song. It sounds like a Hey Baby song.
VTS, Britannia.
Oh.
Britannia VTS, over.
Yep. Mechanical issues resolved, commencing to single up.
Oh, mechanical issues.
VTS, that's all copied. Red Falcon, Dockhead inbound, Red Jet 7 approaching Greenland inbound, and the Silver Moon on 40 birds going to stations to depart after you, Aurora.
Aye, Captain. Oh, that's the second aye-ayes we've had today, unless it was the same person. Oh, mechanical issues in here. Didn't radio in to say they had mechanical issues. They just didn't depart on time. That was good to know what's going on there. Still a tug and a tennis Queen Victoria. Oh, Jack Pittman says, was it Hey Margarita? Oh, it could have been. I can't really hear very well from my cabin, so it sounded like Hey Baby, but it could be Hey Margarita. Oh, that's making me thirsty. No, I don't think it was Hey Margarita. It was definitely Hey Baby, I think. Yeah, I think Ian Shutter was saying Hey Baby by DJ Otzi. So it probably was. I can't listen to chat. Northern DJs laughing at the Captain X Factor. You come, no, heaven forbid. Information from shipmate Peter Goodyear says the tug will stay with Queen Victoria until she reaches the NAB, as she has problems with Razipods. Oh, well, thank you, shipmate. That's I don't know where you managed to get that information from, but that's really interesting. Well, you don't normally have the tugs following in quite that distance. Normally it's just to get them out past the dockhead and off they go. The lines are now singling up. at that, all dropping at once. It's got the shipmate there. I was going to say he's watching what he's doing, but as far as I can tell, he looks like he's on his phone. Maybe he's watching the Solent Ships YouTube channel. Got a couple of tugs there for the Silver Moon. She's just about to move in port after the Britannia. I know he's got a radio. He's got a phone. So, singling up, most of those lines will come in. They'll be down to a 1 or 2. And then they'll shove off. Probably start with a slight backwards motion. Ahoy there, John Henson. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. I can hear a different song now. It's something like whoa, 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 whoa. Something like that. Probably need to rig up some sort of external microphone here on my cabin. If I rigged up an external microphone with a parabolic reflector on it, I might be able to pick up the sound from the ships. Particularly the other day, I think it was the Enchanted Princess was here. It was super loud. The wind was really blowing. Actually, it's windy today as well, but I think when Enchanted Princess, the wind direction was actually blowing the sound right up my cabin's open door, and it was very noticeable what was going on. Looks like I've got the other line coming down, so just a few more lines to go and she'll be off. Ahoy there, Newsgirl 100 says that P&O's children's clubs are fantastic for anyone when thinking of family cruise. There we go, hot tip there from our girl reporter. Ahoy there, Lucas DeFeo says must be scary standing on that far out on that overhang. I think he's not, is he? He's just wandering around. I know sometimes they have...
Roger, 7 VTS, the wide berth at 38.9 berth is now cancelled. The Britannia on 46 berth is just letting go of the lines now, and the Silver Moon on 40 berth at stations to depart.
I did see one of the ships, I'm sure they were tethered on, the chaps on the well deck. Peter Andre says Helen Jones, mysterious girl. Could be, I should know. I should know, really. Used to know Peter Andre's brother quite well some years back. Oh, and here come the final 2 lines. She'll nudge gently into a reverse. Okay, so they're now playing something else. I recognise it, but I can't tell you what it is. I think it's something about Hi-Ho Silver. I don't know. Tugs behind, they are there for Silver Moon. She's just moving up to the other end of port. I think Britannia's got to be shortly going up. Yeah, Britannia is on the move. Let's have a look, see who's up on their cabins, shall we? See if there's anyone out on their balconies. Yeah, it sounds like Hi-Ho Silver, something or other. quite a lot of shipmates out on their balconies. Oh, there's Speedy 57. Welcome aboard, shipmates.
BTS, Britannia, on the move.
Britannia, BTS, that's all copied. There's no reported inbound traffic.
Thank you.
I don't know if you heard earlier. Oh, he's gone back a bit now. Don't know if you heard earlier. Off on a sort of Mediterranean cruise, I imagined, off to La Coruna, down in Spain, and then probably into the Mediterranean. I don't actually know where she's going. And at the far end, Southampton water, Queen Victoria is just going round the Cowshot Spit. That tiny white thing you can see on top of the hill there is the sea mark. That's about 14, 15 miles away, right on top of the hill, used for navigational purposes. And the tug's still in tow. As one of our shipmates said, that apparently there's some technical issue with the azipods in Queen Victoria. Hence, the tug will be there for the whole time. Hope you heard that. Some quality honking there. And this is where the sail away party is going on up on top. This is where I can hear all this music coming from.
VTSC Silver Moon.
Silver Moon, VTS, over.
Yeah, VTSC Silver Moon. Well, tug fast and singled up on 4041. Just waiting for the canyon to go through. Shifting up to 106. Working channel 71.
BTS, that's all copied. After the Britannia has passed through, there's no reported traffic over.
Okay, thanks. Once she's clear, we'll be underway.
Hi there, Mark Smith. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. You can see the wind blowing people's hairs around. If I'm not mistaken, it's something to do with the way to Amarillo, which was why everyone was clapping. It all looks like they're having a jolly good time up on the Lido deck. Hi there, Tony Bagman. Welcome aboard, shipmate. And thanks for subscribing. Have a quick look around the decks, see on their cabins, see who's... Well, yeah, the shipmates are out on their balconies. They certainly are. It's a pleasant afternoon in the port of Southampton. It's a refreshing 20 degrees. Hi there, Mark Johnson. Welcome aboard, shipmate. It's sunny with a stiff breeze, and that has caused the couple of ships we've had in departing to use tugs for departing, and also Queen Victoria apparently has some sort of propulsion system problem with one of her azipods, so she's got a tug taking it all the way out to the end. Oh, there, Graham Dudley. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing there. Keep an eye out for Britannia. Taken the flag in. We missed the red ensign being taken in. So a few people on the stern here. There's some great views from these corner cabins. way down. So many cabins. Haven't had numbers yet from Britannia. Can't quite see the name on the bow stern there, can we? And she's off to La Coruna in Spain. Well, Alan Fleming's asking, do you know how many on board? No, haven't got any numbers as yet for some reason. Somebody there shooting past on a speedboat, clearly breaking the speed limit in port there. Very naughty of them. Be careful, the harbour police will get very snooty about these sorts of things these days. Don't like speeding boats in port. Lovely blue coloured waters today. The water's got some lovely colour to them. In fact, the sky has got a pretty decent colour to it as well at the moment. I think we might have a lovely sunset this evening. Certainly have some decent conditions for sailing away. There's no rain. It's a bit windy, but it's relatively warm and patchily sunny, I think I can describe it as. Quick look, you can see there's a fair bit of colour in the sky there already. I think it could be in for a good sunset. If it clears up, it might be a bit too cloudy. Well, then Mark Howard says the sunset bar on the stern is a lovely spot. I think I tend to agree. I think that's going to be my bar of location. That'll be my choice. I look like this sailing away party's dying off, but I can't quite hear the music now. It could be the fact that she's moved. Still a number of shipmates boogieing away though. And it looks like the sun has returned here to the port of Southampton. Now going to be enjoying a lovely day. Lovely evening on their way out. Get a bit of dancing and some fresh air. Then they'll probably head on down to the buffet. I can definitely see the wind blowing people's clothes around and ladies' hair. So it's still very breezy out there. Ahoy there, Gail Cooper. Welcome aboard, you, mate. Thanks for becoming a member, and pleasure to have you as part of the crew. Grab yourself a mug of grog on the way down to the galley, shipmate. Speaking of galleys, I could do with a bit of galley action myself. There is Britannia just behind some of the ro-ros. I quite like it when the ships go out bow first. When they turn around, we'll get a fantastic view down the ship side on. And that also, it's really impressive to see down the length of the ship.
Red Eagle VTS, that's all copy. Traffic information, Queen Victoria, West Bramble, outbound to the east, clear channel vessel, followed by the Red Osprey at Castle Point, and the Britannia departing 46 berth, outbound.
Because the wind was coming bow on for Britannia and she's driving straight out, doesn't have to away sideways into the wind, she didn't require tug assistance, so I guess she doesn't have any mechanical problems, so probably also an advantage. Plenty of shipmates out on the balconies. It is a lovely evening here. This is the view I particularly enjoy. You can see right down the sides of the ship. Amazing how fast such a large ship can turn around. We're talking 330 metres, 143,000 gross tonnes of cruise ship, spinning around quicker than I can park my car in the supermarket. Lots of people hanging over their balconies to get a final view of the wonderful port of Southampton as they're departing.
BTS Red Jet 7, good evening. Shortly departing Town Quay for
Red Jet 7 BTS, that's all copied. Traffic information, Britannia approaching Dockhead, outbound. Silver Moon at stations to depart from 40 berth up to 106 once the Britannia has passed. Over.
They're both copied, sir, thank you.
Bit windy for Netley Cam, isn't it? Let's come back to cruise camp. You can see the seagulls lurking around. The props turn up lots and lots of seafood. So makes a bit of bow chowder, as we like to call it on the channel. We can have a look on. Let's have a look on the port side. See if there's who's boogieing over here on the sail away party. It's been quite a popular sail away party on this today. I've heard lots of, I've described sort of wedding classic songs. There's definitely people, some flag wavers there with, oh, what is that flag? Are we expecting some flag wavers with, I don't know what that flag is. I can't really see it well enough. It's not the Cornish flag, is it? No. Is it the flag? Is it the Basque flag or something? Is it, or is it the Scottish flag? Is it blue or black? If it's blue, it's probably the. No, I don't know what it is. No, is it? Oh, it's not diagonals, is it? It's square. It's difficult for me to see. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that flag is. Perhaps someone will know what that is in the chat and let me know. There's the Silver Moon. She's just about to, I say depart, she's just about to move in port here. She's just going to go up to the other end. Big S on the front of that one. Well, there, one down in his boat says he assumes they are suites across the stern. I would assume so also. I think they're probably better cabins. So I'm really going to have to save my pennies up to get one of those, aren't I? Hi there, Sue Shepherd. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Mark Howard reckons it's a Scottish flag. Casey Dabbs reckons it's a Cornish flag. Audionic says not Scotland. Some people think it's black and white or it's blue. I don't know either.
Silver Moon BTS.
It's like a Scottish flag. Oh, I don't know. I think it was a. I don't think it was a Scottish flag. Because it wasn't diamond, it was up and down. So, but I don't know that it was a Cornish flag. It must be the Cornish flag. If it was black and up and down, it's got to be the Cornish flag. Yeah. Well, a couple of jolly Cornish shipmates off on their journey. So we've got Britannia.
VTS, yes, thank you for the report.
Britannia coming down Southampton water now, and then the Silver Moon. The commercial ships seem to be a lot prompter, and the Silver Moon is already whipping out with the tug assistance.
BTS, Britannia, Western Shelf Outlets.
Britannia, VTS, that's all copied. When you're ready, can I have your numbers, please?
Oh, numbers, please.
Yep, just get things settled down and I'll be back to you.
VTS, all copied, thank you.
Things settled down. Wonder what there is to settle down. Been having some mechanical difficulties, they said, so perhaps they're fighting a few things.
VTS.
BTS, Britannia.
Britannia, VTS, the SP are on the way back up for the handover, so there'll be no patrol for you. Over.
Yeah, I think we have definite confirmation of the Cornish flag. I think it was black, and it was definitely up and down in white, so I think we're going to go with Cornish. Look at that, the superb information of the collective shipmate power, and we can answer a question.
Lomax, VTS, all copied, thank you.
Hi there, Mark Best. Welcome aboard, shipmate.
Britannia, you got a pen?
Oh, yes, I've got a pen.
VTS, yes, I have.
Right. Passengers, 3133. Crew, 1336. That should give a total of 4469.
VTS, passengers 3133, crew 1336, thank you.
And here we have Queen Victoria passing on Cowscap. Looks sunny over on the Isle of Wight there. So the passenger number is 3133 for Britannia. She has a total passenger capacity of 3,647. So she's pretty full. I couldn't hear what the crew numbers were. Oh, crew, here we go, 1336. That is a pretty much 100% crew. Only shy of about 60 crew, which is pretty decent. But yeah, very full on passengers, and that seems to be the general way things are going these days. I think numbers have returned, and the quarantining is not having as much effect as it once did. So there's patchy sun all over the place. It could be in for some lovely skies today. Ahoy there, Indie Guy. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Many thanks for subscribing. Ahoy, reduced mobility, inclusive bushcraft. Ahoy, shipmate, welcome aboard with possibly the longest YouTube name I have ever seen. So Britannia is picking up speed now. She'll be motoring along to sort of 12, 14 knots, something along that region. Ventura. Queen Victoria, probably around the 16 knot mark now that she's going past Cowes. It's certainly a lovely clear weather day that we can even see Queen Victoria from the cruise cam as well. That's quite some distance away. I think the wind has died down a bit. The sea state looks slightly better than it was. What believe marine laws? Oh, there, Mark Howard. Do they give numbers by law? I'm not sure. I would think there should be some sort of description, although sometimes they don't give the numbers, so I would think they're supposed to let everyone know. I can hear some hooting going on. I'm guessing that's probably Silver Moon manoeuvring in port. Well, then, Trevor Smith, welcome aboard, shipmates. We got the red jet blasting down Southampton towards here, the Britannia coming in from the right-hand side of the screen, and the Queen Victoria at the far end, just around the Isle of Wight, so there's quite some distance between the two. You can see that the skies are turning quite lovely, but the water is a bit choppy. Stephen Joy has said horns. I don't know if the horns came across, so hopefully they did. Audionic says the rain is back in Fife. We enjoyed our 2 days of summer. Yes. The joys of living in the extreme parts of the United Kingdom. If this carries on, I think Britannia is gaining on Queen Victoria. It looks like it's me. Getting closer and closer. This is quite some good shots here, isn't it? We'll get them both on that cruise cam at the same time. Who the hell's bells? It says, thank you, Captain. Great viewing this afternoon. Oh, no problem, shipmates. It's been a good afternoon, actually. I thought we were going to have a big gap between the cruise ships, but they've rather sensibly got their act together. I'm probably going to wind this one down a bit now as we're following Victoria and Britannia out. I'd like to thank the Blue Spanner Grouper looking after the chat. They do a fantastic job. Couldn't do it without them. I'd like to thank all of our PayPal donors, the Patreons, and of course subscribers. If you have enjoyed this content and you'd like to know what's going on and what's happening, please do think about subscribing.
With Champion VTS, all copy. Thank you. Good evening.
And I shall be back again soon. Not sure when. Probably next weekend. Not Sunday, because I'm going to the cricket on Sunday. I've had an invite to the cricket at the Aegeus Bowl. This is an invite from many years ago that's got COVID delayed quite a few times, so I should enjoy going to that. Probably a broadcast on a Friday and Saturday. Right, I shall continue to follow the ships out, and until next time, shipmates.